Happy Tuesday once again. This is Frank Rock, and this is the House of Orange Sports Channel coming at you. Got some Lady Vols recruiting news coming at you tonight. But before I move on any further, thumbs up if you like it. Share it out to help build that brand, to help put it out there. If you have not already, hit that subscribe button. That way you get notifications when I go live. I'll be going live Saturday for the David Sanders Jr. announcement. I've got Kerry Williams, who was on with me last night. We're going to go live next Monday again. We'll discuss, we'll discuss whatever the big hot topic is for the week. Obviously, lots of football talk. There'll be recruiting and more that we'll talk about. And then, of course, you'll see in the descriptions, there is the link for the House of Orange Patreon, House of Orange memberships on here as well. If you want to look at those, take a look. But let's get it right into this thing with Lady Vols recruiting. As they continue to line up these elite visitors. I put out a video last week. Nyla Brooks had cut her top four, or had cut her list to a top four. The Lady Vols made that top four. The Lady Vols will get that visit from her October 18th through the 20th, which is the Alabama weekend. I think that's big. I think that's big that these sports utilize these sports weekends, and especially these big football weekends. I think it's big for him. Today, Deshaun London, 24/7 Sports, he put out that top 15 prospect Dania Prawl. She is from Canada. She will be visiting the weekend of October 11th, that October 11th through 13th, which is the Florida game. So a little bit about her. She, according to ESPN, she's 6'1". ESPN ranks her scouts grade as a 96. She is ranked as a 5-star in pretty much any of the publications that you see around. And she has, right now, she has cut her list to a top 8. And normally I'll wait till they get to around top 4, top 5. This is starting to become the norm, it seems like, especially with basketball, having these top 10s, top 12s, and such. But she, Dania Prawl, she does have visits set for Kentucky, Baylor, Louisville, Notre Dame, Florida, and Tennessee. So you're going up against, some tough programs there. She's visiting Kentucky August 31st, Baylor September 8th, Louisville September 21st, Notre Dame the 28th of September, Florida October 4th, Tennessee October 11th. If that is all the visits that she's going to have, then that means Tennessee gets the last visit. They get a chance to make a big impression on a big weekend, which is the Florida weekend. I love it. I'm all for getting that last visit. Now, does it always work? No, but you saw it with football, the way they just scheduled their visits in the summer leading up to that dead period. You see how many of these guys are getting. They hit it perfect. Did an awesome job. Lady Vols right here, this one's working out the same. I'm not sure on Nyla Brooks if Tennessee's her last visit or she'll have more. Again, she's down to a Final Four. It was Maryland, Tennessee, Georgia, and North Carolina, if I'm not mistaken, on that one. Heavy competition for that. I like Tennessee's chances, though, but it won't be easy. It won't be easy with that. Dania Prawl on this one. Tennessee, as far as the pecking order, who stands out in that recruitment, she doesn't really tip her hand in this article that I'm reading here. Just says her recruitment's going pretty well. Have a lot of stuff planned. Recently dropped my top 8. And for all of them, I like their coaching staffs. They became a top 8 because the coaching staffs were amazing with me. And I felt very close with all of them. So she'll have to go through these. And she said, on these visits, I'm paying attention to if everything they said on the phone is backed up. I'm looking forward to seeing the team dynamics and how the coaches are in real life. And she says she believes her size and her versatility can help a program win at the next level. She said, I'm bringing versatility and being able to guard anyone of any size. I could guard the 1 through 4. So I'm bringing that versatility on defense. Offensively, I'll bring anything that's needed. That's a perfect fit for Kim Caldwell's system in terms of that versatility, how she wants to play. So a big thing, Dania Prawl says it there. What's selling on the phone? Are you backing it up in person? That's the key. I really think this staff is genuine. I think that's why recruits are taking to them. We're going to start to see that coming out of these official visits coming on. Last week, I dropped the Nyla Brooks video, and I said there was mentioned a surprise visitor in town. That surprise visitor ended up being elite 2026 player Brianna Crittenden out of Thornton, Colorado. She's 6'2", scouts grade of 96. She visited last week. I think right now, the last I'd seen, maybe she's at around a top 10. But this has got to bode well for Tennessee, getting her in early and getting another shot. I mean, obviously her recruitment is still a long ways from being done, but the fact that Tennessee's getting these elite prospects onto campus and making a distance, and it seemed like she really enjoyed her visit as well. So this staff is not only working for 2025, as you have the Paldo twins in the fold, they're working hard to get Nyla Brooks back in the fold. I've not heard anything on Lauren Hurst taking a visit. That's one that I've seen a lot of people speculate. Of course, she is a high-level volleyball and basketball star. So I think if you're going to get her in the fold, you're going to have to let her play both sports. To me, and I don't blame her. If you're elite in both sports and you want to play both, go play both, So if Tennessee wants her in the fold, that's going to be, I have to think that's part of getting her in the folds, allowing her to play both sports. But I've not heard much on that recruitment, to be honest with you. And so Nyla Brooks, the Paldo twins, you get Dania Prawl. Can you make that big impression on her, especially with that last visit? Can you live up to everything you've sold to this point and get her in the fold? And there's a whole list of them. I mean, I've made the list before this. I've still got my list. Let me find where I'm at here. Going through my baseball stuff. But just numbers 13, 14, 35, 49. That's my projection. That's the Paldo twins, Nyla Brooks, Lauren Hurst, in no particular order. And then they still continue to work. Numerous top 100 players have Tennessee in their final list of schools. Today also saw where 2026 Olivia Edwards, the Big O, she said, Big O Edwards, 6'3", Tacoma, Washington, elite 5-star. ESPN has her as a 97 scouts grade. So that's going to put her as a top 10 prospect for 2026. She released the top 10. The Lady Vols are in that top 10 as well. So like I said, this staff, they're hitting it hard they hit the portal hard to build this year's team. They're hitting 2025 hard. They're hitting 2026 hard as well. You got to think down the line, if this staff has success on the court, you're going to start to see this program start to build back up. And I thought it was pretty interesting. They World Exposure Report, they had something on the Lady Vols talking about how Kim Caldwell's team could go 11 to 12 deep this year. That's pretty impressive, especially considering they had to add through the portal like they did. They added 5 players through the portal. And the fact that they added 5 Power 5 players who in some way, shape, or form impacted their program. This staff's doing an impressive job recruiting. Obviously results on the court are going to be what it comes down to, but they have Kim Caldwell, her staff, they have, I don't think there's been this level of excitement around the Lady Vols program in a long, long time. A long, long time. I don't know that it was there under Kelly Harper because to me, when I saw that hire, it didn't match up. It matched up as she was a former laid off. That's why she was hired. I didn't see anything that warranted her getting that job other than being a former Lady Vol. We know why Holly got the job. She was, Pat's right-hand person for all those years. I mean, sure, you go that route. But I think with Kim Caldwell, what she's bringing to the table, an exciting style, what they're doing recruiting, I think this Lady Vols program's on the up and up. I really do. And I think if they get results on the court, this coming season, you're just going to see that recruiting continue to amp up, especially if that style of play does indeed translate to the SEC. Thank you for joining me. I went through all that, the like, the thumbs up, all that. If you like the content, you've just come across it, you want updates, you want more. It's an everything school. This is an everything Vols channel. I'm going to cover everything of significance on this channel. And that's what we're going to rock and roll with on here. Frank Rock, House of Orange Sports Channel. Have a great rest of your evening. And last but most certainly not least, go Vols.